Hi, I'm Dr. Mark Brayman. The easiest way to share with you the human experience of reality and how it really works in the real world and impacts people's lives is to share with you a case study. So not too long ago, I had a patient. We'll call him Frank, and we will say that he does landscaping. Other details are pretty accurate here. This gentleman came in a few months ago, very fearful, very hesitant, very anxious. He came with his wife, he didn't do doctors, and he was having problems with fatigue and high blood pressure, not feeling well. He was overweight, he knew his health was not headed in a good direction. The most recent time I saw Frank back was a few weeks ago. It was his third visit. His wife was not with him. He was comfortable in his demeanor, felt comfortable with me. He was obviously feeling much better. He'd started working out, he'd gotten rid of some of his junk food, stopped living out of the convenience stores so much, stopped drinking the energy drinks, was feeling dramatically better. But as we went into the room, I asked him how his holidays were. And he said his holidays were stressful. I said, oh really, why? What happened? Oh, everybody's house, I had to go here, I had to go there, spend time with people. It came out that he was anxious around people. Did not like being around a lot of people, preferred to be alone. Oh, interesting. Okay, so we talked further. It became apparent to me that Frank was not functioning well with other people. He was not connecting. He was not experiencing that fulfillment that comes from normal, healthy human connections. As we got into the details, it became apparent that he had grown up in a household being taught to turn the other cheek, which ended up meaning when someone hurt him, did something offensive or bad, he would go hide in a corner and hope that it went away, hope that it stopped. Later, he had a job as a customer service representative, which basically means you're taking a lot of flack from people who often are not very reasonable, which would only further reinforce his withdrawal functionalities, his withdrawal tendencies. So it was obvious that much of his experience and his energy drain was due to stress. And we were starting to understand the stress dynamics he was dealing with. So I pulled out my graphic, little 18-inch graphic I have in my office, and started showing him, teaching him how he worked, pointing out the physical, emotional, mental, spirit, or being in the time and place, the where and the when. And there's this idea, this thing on the graphic that I call the little white picket fence. And I explained to him that life worked very much like owning your own cute little home in a cute little neighborhood. You have your front porch, you have a nice little lawn, flower bed, and a little white picket fence across the front and down the sides. This, on this side, is yours. You own it, you control it, it's yours. Everything outside that fence is not yours. The people, places, time, circumstances, not yours. And that we really need this clarity or distinction like the little white picket fence. We have so much energy to work with. We can truly only control us. Physical, emotional, mental, spirit, or being. We cannot control all of this. When we're spending our energy on all these things we actually don't control, it's a huge waste of energy. It's exhausting, it's stressful, it leaves us very drained. We then don't have energy to do all the rest of life. And as I'm explaining this to him, he suddenly blurts out, he's a very timid sort of man, oh yeah, I don't have one. What? What do you mean? Yeah, I don't have one of those. Oh, you mean the little white picket fence? Yeah, I don't have one. He recognized just from mapping out to him, just from walking him through how he worked, what was going on with him, what one of his most significant dynamics in life was that had been shaping his life, making not only his holidays miserable, but leaving him stressed and drained, why he had gone to a job where he worked by himself. So we talked what this looked like in real life, and in any and every situation, simply learning to ask, where's my little white picket fence? Am I spending my time and energy on what I truly can control versus what I can't control? And vice versa, are people, places, circumstances, and so forth staying on their side of the little white picket fence? They should not be walking through my yard, tearing up my flower bed, pulling my chain, painting my house, messing with my stuff. That is mine. It is under my control. He immediately started to see how important and significant this was for him, and how it had impacted his life so significantly thus far. He also started to think, ooh, this is going to be kind of a challenge, isn't it? So we talked through that. What was amazing was how transformative this was for him. He'd walked in already feeling better. We'd already established a good rapport. But walking out, it seemed like he was 2 inches taller. He had this new sense of hope, this different aura about him, his demeanor, his carriage. He was seeing his own capacity as a human being differently. He was seeing his future differently. Some people talk about this in terms of this is boundaries, this is accountability, this is locus of control in psychology. Yes, but it's more than that. This is a fundamental reality, and learning to be in sync with it, to recognize it, to apply ourselves accordingly. We truly cannot control all these other people, places, and things. We often spend our time and energy on that, and it doesn't work, and it's super stressful. And vice versa, we let all this stuff control us. And simply distinguishing those two and keeping them on their own sides of the fence, spending our energy only on us and what we truly can control, is transformative. There are few things that I have found to be more powerful than this, especially for people for whom this is a huge issue. And for almost all of us, it is some kind of issue. We were never taught this. Many of us were never modeled this. And this is important not only for patients, but also for providers. When I was a young doctor, I took it personally when people didn't succeed, when they didn't follow my advice, when they didn't get better. I must be a bad doctor. To distinguish and understand our boundaries as providers, as professionals, whatever our sphere is, to understand where our responsibility is and isn't, is incredibly liberating, it's incredibly empowering. And most importantly, it puts us in sync with reality so we can succeed in doing human well.